Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by this Sunday because y'all already know it is mimosas and makeup. Have one of my classic favorites today. This is Euphoria. This is a canned rosé wine. I only know of one store that has it where I'm located, and I'm sorry, but so delicious and tasty. Anyway, so glad you joined me today because y'all already clicked on it. So I'll elaborate in a minute, but the brand that we don't seem to speak of has put out a bomb palette. Yes, she has. And y'all know I'm already talking about KKW Beauty. Now, if you don't already know, I am a fan of this brand. I'm always using her lipsticks, her lip liners, and I do have some eyeshadow palettes too. But this camo color scheme that we're going to be talking about today, we may have it already. So if you want to see some possible dupes for the KKW Beauty camo palette, since you liking it in secret, keep on watching this video. Let me know what you think, and definitely consider subscribing and joining the community because I would love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So yes, y'all, KKW Beauty has released her camo collection, and the collection looks good. Listen, it's beautiful. And this is the first time where I've actually seen a lot of people say, oh my gosh, this might be the first time I try KKW Beauty, or I really like it, but I don't want to support her brand, or you know, what have you. But I feel like that palette has gotten a lot of commentary because if you're not familiar with KKW Beauty, most of her eyeshadow palettes are neutrals with some type of pop of color. So many people feel like, you know, it's kind of boring. And I get it. I totally get it. And I know that some people really don't want to support the Kardashians, and I totally get that too. This palette that's come out, I feel like there's been a lot of buzz about the palette. I have seen a couple reviews. The swatches look gorgeous, and there's a whole collection with it as well, but people are really talking about this palette. Now, as somebody that has KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes, when I first saw it, I was like, ooh, I really would like to have that, but I am sometimes trying to go into my collection and look and see, do I have those shades? Now, I'm not talking about like, do I just have like this shade in this palette, this shade in this palette, this shade in this palette, because I realize that does not work for me. Like, I could probably do pretty much any shade, but it's having them together where you can see that color story is when I can almost be like, for the most part, I don't need this because I have this in another palette together. Because if I'm trying to piece stuff together from a whole bunch of palettes, I'll be here all day, and I'm not trying to do that. And I don't know if y'all are trying to do that either. This camo vibe is a vibe that I think many of us like, that I talk to. We like those grungy greens, those golds, you know, it's just a nice little olive tone vibe, and I think we're all feeling that. I don't know anybody that's not. So what I want to do in this video is I want to show you 12 palettes that you might have in your collection already that can give you those camo vibes. Now, some of these palettes are old, they're discontinued, but that's the point. The point is that you may have some old stuff that you might need to go ahead and revive, the palette revival, okay? That you can make this camo color scheme. So let's go ahead and get started with the palette. I'm gonna try to run through these, you know, I'm not trying to hold you all day. Palette number one, we have, sorry about the fingerprints, but the Natasha Denona Metropolis Palette. Now, a lot of this is how you see the color story, because when things are so scattered, it's really hard to maybe piece together that camo vibe, but the Metropolis palette has it probably tenfold. Now, here is the Metropolis palette. Now, look at, you got brown, you've got the green that you need, you've got golds, you got another brown here. I think the Metropolis palette, you got a gold shimmer, really has that camo vibe. And if you have the Metropolis palette, I can go ahead and confidently say that regardless of whether or not you like that KKW Beauty Camo palette, you've got it all here. I'm just gonna swatch a few shades so we can get that vibe. So August, I'm recording. So my thing is, like, you need to have some type of headphones. Would you like the headphones? Okay, give me a second, I'll get them for you. Okay, so I just swatched 11 shades. So as you can see right here, I think this is a great camo scheme. You've got your browns, you've got the olive greens, you've got just a regular, you know, traditional green, a shimmer, you've got some golds, and you've got the kind of like the mustardy type colors. So Metropolis is a great palette that you can use to make a camo color story. In case you know you aren't really trying to buy the KKW Beauty palette. Wait a minute, here come all this window closed on. Yep. Trying to cover you up, man. Trying to cover you up. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, there. Perfect. Oh, so Natasha Denona, Metropolis. That's palette number 1. Palette number 2. This is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Palette. Now, if you like this palette, I have seen this palette at TJ Maxx for $8.99. I paid $13.50 for this. This was a recent buy. So wait for it to go on sale on the BH Cosmetics website if you really like this, but you might have this. You might have forgotten that you have it because it's old. Now this is a 25 color eyeshadow palette. Now some people like the setup of this and some people don't, but it's got a camo vibe. That's all I'm trying to say. When I think of camo, I'm thinking of these grungy kind of mustardy tones. You've got a nice brown, you've got a shimmer brown, you got this little grungy shimmer, you've got this green shimmer, and I like this brown too. So yes, it's only a few shades. No, when I look at it, I don't think camo. Can you make a camo look? Yes. And that's what I'm talking about. Just changing how you look at the color story of the palette so you can see it in a different way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a few of those shades. These are the only shades you really need to create a camo eye look, and you can make more than one look with these shades. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this is coming out right because I can't. All right, y'all. The next palette, number 3, we're gonna go with the Melt Gemini palette. All right, here is what Gemini looks like. You can find Gemini sporadically, y'all. Like, it's just hit or miss if you still want it. I happened to find it on the very last day of the Sephora VIB sale. I have not used it yet or touched it yet, but let's take a look at this palette. I'm sure a lot of you have this palette. But look at these grungy shades here, right here. And then you've got this, these mustards. Definitely great for a camo look. This shimmer is gonna be great as well. So here are a few swatches from Gemini. I think you can kind of see the vibe, the camo vibe that that's giving. So, you know, gotta X out a few of the shades, but you can do this, guys. We can do this. And you won't even have to give your money to KKW Beauty if you're uncomfortable. As much as I do enjoy KKW Beauty, I do think her brand can be a bit overpriced. This palette, I think, has a couple of extra shades. So the palette's $52. And I think we can find options that we may like a bit better for less. So that's why I'm saying, like, let's try to see what we already have, because I like the palette myself, to be honest with you. So I'm just trying to be frugal for pretend because I'm buying a whole bunch of other stuff. So palette number 4 is going to be Avocado Toast by BH Cosmetics. Take a look here. Avocado Toast, I know just upon looking at it, you might be like, where are the camo vibes? But they're definitely there. I'm looking at these shades here. I'm looking here. I'm looking here. I'm looking down here as well. Is this black? No, not that one. All right, let's look at a few swatches. So here are some swatches from Avocado Toast. I mean, and if you don't get anything out of this video, you get to see some nice swatches and maybe just appreciate some of the eyeshadow palettes that you have in your collection. Definitely got some camo vibes here. And you know, a lot of us have this. And you know, you can find a lot of these BH Cosmetics palettes on sale. They have sales. I know I got this for like 13 bucks. So, you know what I'm saying? 13 versus 52, same vibe. You might want to go with the one that's 13. Just saying. Like, these eyeshadow palettes really are expensive, y'all. And I know I have a palette problem. So I'm trying to cut corners where I can, because Now palette number 5, this is gonna be for my real luxury folk. I don't even really buy this type of stuff anymore because I don't use it. I'm in the process of selling a lot of it on Mercari. This is the Dior Jungle Quint, and it looks like this. Simple and plain, but you know what I'm saying? 5 shades, that's enough. That's enough to create the camo look. So here are the swatches of the Dior Jungle Quint. And as you can see, you've got your little grungy brown or green. You've got this kind of olivey gold type shimmer. And then you have these other 2 shades that can give you a really nice camo vibe. Yes, revive it, revive the palettes. We really gotta revive them, y'all. Palette number 6 seems to be a new fan fave. This is by The Glam Shop. This is the Camo Palette. Why? Why? Why is it so perfect? Why is it so camo? Glam Shop puts shades in their palettes that's like, they don't even have no business being in palettes. They're like usually singles. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting marble shades, you're getting duochrome, you're getting the shimmer. You're getting it all, and you're getting it for a great price. Like, I don't even care about the mattes. Like, I got mattes. You know what I'm saying? These shimmers, though, they're a bit untouchable. Like, it's just too much for me at this time. But this obviously is a camo color scheme. You've got a duochrome, you've got marble shades, you've got great mattes. I think I just said all of that. And they have sales. Like, I think this palette maybe like in the $20 range. Man, I can't. Why? I don't even know. I can't. All right, y'all. Palette number 7. This is the Glamlite Viva Taco palette. Now, I think this is continued. Who knew? But yes, y'all, we can pull a camo color scheme out of here. We sure can. You got yellow, you got browns, you got greens, you got that, Zoet. If you have not tried Glamlite, if you can look past the food packaging, I'm just saying, Glamlite is wonderful. Okay, I just swatched a shade that doesn't have anything to do with the price of rice, but just pretend it does. Okay, y'all, so just X out this shade right here. But you've got a great camo color scheme here. You got a gold, you got these nice browns, you got your greens. This shade right here is bomb. So you've got a color scheme there. You got that Viva Taco palette. Pull it out, revive the palette. All right, y'all, this next palette. I just got this palette, but I'm so happy to have it because I get to say it. The Soiled. I haven't even used this yet, y'all. But you know, why didn't I? If you have the child, just, you don't even need none of these other ones, for real. Hello. Goodbye. This is a camo scheme, very similar to the shades in the KKW Beauty palette. Y'all, the Soiled. Oops. I finally own it, y'all, because it went on sale and I was like, oh, I need to get it because it was sold out. I had gotten it for a giveaway. I gave it away. Then I was like, damn, I want this. And then it was sold out and all this kind of stuff. Now it's like in stock. Then they had 30% off and it was like the child is included. I was like, oh, I'm getting me the child. I'm getting the child. Yes, honey. But yeah, this palette, as soon as I saw the KKW Beauty palette, I was like, oh, this reminds me of the child, like the child. Some of these shades may be a bit light, but you got the grunginess that you need for a nice camo look. You've got the golds, you got the browns, you got the greens. You got it all, actually. You got very nice shimmer in this palette. So, and you see these swatches here. This is a great palette, especially when you get down in this area of the palette. You definitely can build your camo color scheme. This green shimmer. I mean, this is, look at that with the, I can't. Great palette, y'all. So if you have this Soiled, you're good to go. Okay, y'all, let's move on to palette number 9. Kind of forgot I had this whole collection, but this is from Oden's Eye. Now, this is from Vanon's collection. I don't know why I say it like that, but I like that. Anyway, this is the mini palette and it is Earth. And I feel like this was a fan favorite out of the those mini palettes, and there it is. So that green, this is a great palette, y'all. I gotta get my life together, because this is a nice camo scheme right here that you can build with these 5 shades. Oden's I be doing it. They do. I didn't get that new collection though, the Frisia or whatever. I didn't get that. And I'm gonna try to continue. Please respect my privacy at this time with this green. What? It's just too much. And you know you got a gold somewhere else, especially if you got some Pat McGrath. Just get one of them 5 zillion golds, put it with this, and you got a camo scheme. You know, Pat got golds on deck. You just take a gold, put it there, keep it pushing. I can't. Yes, I can. Okay, y'all. Couple more palettes left. Next, we have the Viseart Dark Mattes collection or palette for my matte lovers. This can give you a nice grungy camo matte look. You know, if you need a shimmer, take it from somewhere else. But I picked this because I thought this could make a nice grungy camo color scheme if you don't want to do shimmers. So here's the palette up close. I know it might be a stretch, but I think it'll work, honestly. So I pulled out these 5 and I added that orange with it too. I just thought that's like, I don't know, I think that'd be like a really cool color story. You could even do that orange like in the inner corner, or you know, for the transition or underneath the lid, and then use the rest of these little grungy mattes to create a really nice camo vibe. So I looked at this and I was like, yeah, we can do this. Okay, y'all, last 2 palettes. So for palette number 11, we're gonna go with another Colourpop palette, and we are going with the At Forest Sight palette, which was the collaboration with Raw Beauty Christie. And there she is. And here is the palette. So when I think of the camo part of it, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even this one here, this shade here. You can make a beautiful look. Okay, y'all, here are the swatches. Now I think I may have pointed to the shade Let It Rain. Let me see what that looks like. Hold on. Okay, now. So the one shade I pointed to was like a black with a glitter. I mean, a lot of camo patterns do have black in it, so that black could probably go. I just felt like this would be a nice color selection. All right, y'all, we have one more palette left, and this palette is by Milani. This is the Most Wanted eyeshadow palette, and the color scheme is Outlaw Olive. And there she goes. That is definitely camo all the way. All right, you guys, this is our last palette, Outlaw Olive by Milani. This is like, you can find it in Walgreens, CVS. Easy camo look. I think this is even a great dupe to the Dior Jungle Quad. I might have done that in a video, actually. I can't remember. But yeah, this is the last palette, you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these. So hopefully you are feeling a little bit better about not having that KKW Beauty Camo palette. I am thinking that you may have something along these lines in your collection, but you just kind of have to change how you're viewing the palette. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it is really hard to see different color stories that you can create, especially in big palettes like the Metropolis palette or even that BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. It can be really difficult, and it's really easy to see it in like the Milani palette or these like tiny ones, you know what I mean? Anyway, I just wanted to do this to really encourage myself, but you all as well, just to look and see, because you might have some palettes, you know, and I feel like as I continue to go on this makeup journey, trying to decide like, am I a singles person or a palette person? And I think I'm becoming more of a palette person because I'm not finding myself going to my singles as much. Now I know I have camo singles 10 times over, but I think about what do I usually reach for and what is easier for me to see. And it's easier for me to see the shades, you know, together in a palette. But even in those larger palettes, as I said, it can be tricky to pull out and create a color story. So I really do hope that this video was helpful. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today. I really do hope that you enjoyed the video as much as I had fun making it. And until I see you again, be gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all really soon. Bye.